Hello, everybody. I'm left.
Just up. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'3" cornerback. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 54 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
2nd down and the offense needing 5 yards. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a 1st down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the 1st on the ground. Back to throw here. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Ravens send their punter out now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a look here at their go-to guy under center. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. All right, here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Green.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the folks here in the stands this afternoon, they're happy about that one. Their guys get the early advantage after the opening drive field goal.
And they should be happy. Their guys look good getting down the field, and that's got to give them hope that good things are in store here today.
This is taken at his 4. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season, as this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Let's go. Back to the Philly. Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
And what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. Third down and 5. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. It's Hardy. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. 8 yards there on a first down. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Calling a gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there it was right in front of us. Today's NFL, these guys nowadays, they don't just eat up space. They try and get upfield and make plays in the backfield.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
Well, they're certainly running the ball pretty well on this drive, and how I remember as a secondary guy was if you're making a lot of tackles in a game, that's usually not good for your defense. You've got to figure out how to keep things in front of you because you know there's 3 levels, defensive line, linebackers, and into the secondary. And if the 3rd level is leading your team.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's the fullback, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Browns add on to their lead. Well, they weren't messing around. 1st and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it, 6 points on the board. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Curry. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, They're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3, 9,
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Curry. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive.
3, 19.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
And his throw is incomplete. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
So second and goal here from the 9. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at a third and goal here.
Here we go now.
Going right right side here, and that's complete. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready.
And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And for the defense, their 3rd sack of the game.
That number tells you that they're starting to put it together with their defensive game plan. They're starting to feel pretty good about what the offense is doing, bringing the pressure at the right time, and putting the quarterback on the ground.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17, as we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Browns are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Ravens won't panic either. They know they just need to take it one play at a time. So here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, the catch is made after a quick pass, and he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 48-yard line. Browns would go on to kick a field goal. Browns with the ball midway through the second. Handoff and run goes up the middle, and he capped off the long drive with the TD, pushing the lead to 10. We move late into the second. Trotto's the target here, and he ends up at the 24-yard line before he stopped on the play. Ravens would go on to kick a field goal to put 3 points on the board. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports Studios. Let's get back out to Brandon and Charles for the call of the second half. Brandon.
This is taken at the 3. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Here, this is their fullback getting the carry. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a 3rd down and 8. On 3rd down, it's Jenkins. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter three.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back from the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And they pick up a first down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college with all the spread offenses, not very many pro style where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They always say the real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him.
Here we go now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 24-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
It's not always as straight as that team wanted it more than the other, but on that play, it actually was true. They were faster to the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down.
set up a throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession.
They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good kick there, and they finish off the drive with 3.
And that should be the goal for an offense. Finish each drive with points. So that's a nice job there to come away with at least something.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started.
Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
But he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
And he
goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A little juke. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things, and they've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Ravens on third down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Ravens with possession of the football but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early byes and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. They run the counter now on first down. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that drive, 4 plays. And a pretty good run there in the end to top it off. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. To throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Curry. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. They'll drop the throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 48. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. That's the the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set. Now back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Apparently they weren't interested in playing the field position game. They opt to keep their offense out there. A big mistake in hindsight.
Yeah, that one backfired. In hindsight's always 20/20, but let's call it what it was. We would have first guessed that one and said, don't do it here. Bad situation. I think they need to be closer to midfield before I would start to think it was a good idea.
Yeah.
And once you start taking risks like that, you're going to have to keep taking them throughout the game, especially when they don't work.
Yeah, at this stage of the second half, interesting. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory. And as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think you may want to keep them cranking high right here.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. And avoids the contact by sliding. It'll be a gain of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 5. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep him out of the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store.
All right, here we go.
They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That goes for a gain of 31. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, still had to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it?
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll look to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like... And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And the Browns getting set to go. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
They didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And a give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Browns, a final win means they will finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-4. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, this loss will mean they finish the season right at 500 at 8-8. But they've got better days in their future. Of that, you can be sure. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.